quite particular where you have to be in order to get the follow me to work. But be careful if you've got two vehicles in front of you or close by, because it can select the wrong one. But press Control F twice or multiple times until it selects. Oh, yeah, that was really not a good plan. Yeah, messed up. I think I'm stuck on the hedge. Nope. Okay. Not sure that the Massey's going to make it through either. This field probably going to be fairly easy to do it under follow me. Get that set up there and fold it. Okay. C, Control S. Let's go back to here. So I am going to drop it. I think I'm going to drop it to about 27 feet. That's probably good. And I think this is a 0 degree heading. This field isn't even straight on the map by the looks of it. No. Okay. This is not going to work under GPS. So when you do the cardinals, you enter the angle you want to drive at. It is not precise in its setting. I think it does 45 degrees, so 0, 45, 90, etc., around the circle. And the problem with that is, I didn't turn the baler on, did I? Of course I didn't. The problem with that is if you enter an angle of 30 degrees, it will accept it, but then it will say the closest angle to 30 is 45, therefore I'm going to drive at 45. So not entirely the best result. So if you're anything other than straight on a compass point, 090, obviously 180, 270, I tend to avoid using the cardinal setting for GPS. I believe you can use heading, and that might be a little bit more precise, but then again, you have to be more precise in your position. Because if you're a little bit off, then it won't do what you need it to do. And we may have lost some hay there because the rake was a little bit too far off. Okay, we'll beat the circle. But anyway, we know our fields are dead on compass points, so should work for us. tiny bit off the end here, which does mean our end turns are not going to get baled. I think I'm now well set up for just making turns at the end, and it will work. So part of the thing with doing GPS at this point is I could ease out the turns at the end and do alternate rows. As I said, I don't think GPS is going to play with us on this field. I suppose we could try, let's try again. Let's see, Control S, we're going to go A and direction. So if I click on A, that should set it up. No, see, it's off. And it's off at an angle of about 180 degrees. So GPS is good, but not perfect. I'm not too much fussed with that. We can do this, eyeball this one. I think for the most part, if you keep the outside rim of the rake, of the rotating part of the rake, outside of the grass area, you shouldn't have a problem collecting all of it. It's just that the working width does potentially go a little bit further. However, not consistently. So again, we'll keep the rotating disc part just to the outside of the grass. Then the baler should collect everything. We're going to have to be careful at the ends. And the other option for, you know, if I did really want to use GPS on this field, I could do it as a rhombus and have awkward triangle bits on each side of the field, but the middle can be done as straight rows, as a rectangle. Oh, missed it. Yay. And the yoke on the draw bud, I have noticed we are dragging occasionally. At full lock, I can't, yeah, it doesn't. It exceeds the capabilities of the drawbar. And turn around, and we'll keep going. And we'll use the baler as a roundabout. Oops. And we'll set the bale rolling down the field. Yay. Okay, bit of a mess up there. I'm going to let the Massey turn around here. Then we can follow it back. Oh, you just did that, didn't you? I suppose the other option I do have is I could leave off baling my field and just do the collecting and completing of these contracts. That might be a choice. So anyway, that works. Of course, there are a couple of other issues with Follow Me when you're following a vehicle that does steering that you don't. So this tractor's front wheel steering. If we were following a JCB, potentially it could have problems, and following a harvester or the Big M can also be a little bit of a problem because they steer from the rear. And I missed bits again. Oh, I didn't do that, did I? Yeah. And that is a deal on FS22's at least automatic gearbox, which was something that was evident on the enhanced driving mod for Farm Sim 19. Is if you're moving forward, if I'm moving and I select reverse, it applies the brakes as moving forwards. But I have to take my foot off the throttle in order to go backwards. The funny thing was if I was rolling down a hill in 19, going forwards, and I selected reverse and then applied the brakes didn't work. So typically I would carry on rolling into whatever it was in front of me, and the reason I was applying the brakes in the first place. Anyway, that's done. think we've got that big mound of hay there. We're very close to being done with the baling, or with the hay baling, should I say. We did carry over some grass. I'm not sure. I think there wasn't enough grass in the baler to affect the first bale we made. That's done. There is a patch of hay in the middle here, which I don't think is going to come up. Okay, the interesting thing about this field is it has a entrance here, which is the one I used to get to it, but it doesn't have a path down the side to get to the rest of the farm tracks. I think that was the case. Okay, I'm going to call this sufficiently done. Oh no, I'm not. Let's grab the bit in the corner here. I'm fairly certain there isn't enough on this field to create a full bale, so at least it's our baler, so we get to keep what's in it. Left and that. Yes, so with this thing, what I was saying was, if we unfold it, left mouse button and move it left and right, that's left and that's right. You can make the windrow narrower. It'll be taller, but it'll be narrower. So if you do have a baler that is has issues with standard width, you're talking mod balers. If you have a mod baler that has issues picking up the full width of a windrow, this might be the windrower for you, because it will allow you to adjust it smaller or narrower. Okay, I'm going to drive in the cab for this bit. Yeah, normally I'm doing contracts in this field to our left here. You'll see I've just recently done one. And, okay. But there's no path from here to that side, the other side of the field. And the same again for the field we were just in. There's no track along the side of the field to get you to the south side, but if you mow the field you end up on the south side track, so that's kind of handy. Anyway, I think right now we're going to get back to the yard. I'm gonna fill the contracts, fulfill the contracts, just so we get paid, and that should result in income that is quite sufficient to cover. Oh, jeez. Yeah, brakes. Tiny tractor. Oh, the other thing I did add to the tractor was wheel weights. We're running regular tyres. It's pretty much the yard tractor plus light field work. Light generic field work. It's not going to be used for precision stuff or anything like that. But it's good for baling, it's good for mowing. I did the mowing with this one as well, and the tedding. park this here. How's diesel's fine. Okay, that's better. So we've now got wheel weights on the back, so it's not as unstable when we do send the worker home. No, don't turn the engine off. I'll take the rake over here. Oops. And yeah, you see we're exceeding the turnability of that. Probably best not to use it with a JCB or a Lin track or a Rigi track even. Now that was one of the considerations for a small tractor was the smaller Rigi track because it's four-wheel steering and yeah, kind of as functional as the smaller Massey. The smaller Massey wasn't an absolute must-have. It just came up in the store sale. I could easily have gone with the Valtra G, the Fendt 300, and I wasn't intending to buy it right now. But as I said, it came up in the store sale, and it's sort of, this is too good to pass up because I know I need a tractor this big. And it did come fully kitted with the front loader setup, the sunroof and the attacher. It would have been nice to have a 3-point on the front, but that's not important. And it would have been nice to have had a bigger engine. Well, we've re-chipped it to 125, so it does what we need it to do. So I'm kind of happy with that. I probably won't upgrade it anymore in the near future. The next tractor I want is probably upward of 300 horsepower, because then we can start using the bigger equipment. But farm still needs a harvester. We don't have one. We're heading into our second full year. We'll need to consider it because we will have 2 arable fields and potentially 3 if we buy another one. Okay, bale collector. Can't remember what else I've got loaded on bale collectors. Oh, I got the Anderson Square bale collectors as well. That one's a stacker. We'll deposit them vertically. That one's a collector and we'll deposit them in a row. So that one is functionally the same as that. And they both carry the same number of bales. That one is also 14 bales. One of the reasons I kind of like the round bales, because this thing takes 24, which again means less driving around. Oh, I put a license plate on it. That's probably wrong. KB151BE. Now, the unusual thing with the UK is your trailer takes a license plate of the vehicle that's towing it. In the US, your trailer takes its own license plate. Okay, KB151BE. There we go. Customize. KB. Find B151. BE was it? I can't remember. Type 1 back only. Okay. And customize. Yes. Back. So this is where I find out I did it wrong. KB 151BE, KB 151BE. Yes, that covers the legal requirements for driving in the UK. So yeah, basically anybody who has a vehicle with a hitch on the back needs to have a second rear license plate that they can hang on whatever they're hauling. Did I just miss my turn? I didn't miss my turn. Okay, where do we go? 115. It's probably over here somewhere. Yes, round the cow pen. I believe not in there. Back in Farm Sim 19, I was hauling one of these with the Valtra A, which I'm not sure it does it support it. It's 130 horsepower. I think our Valtras were 145. Okay, nice touch of this piece of equipment. I was wondering, I did wonder initially, how does it cope with the multiple sized bales? But you'll see as we grab this one, it adjusts. So the rails run wider to hold the big bales. And then it'll tell you, oh, you can't put different sized bales on it because it's now rigged for 125 centimetre bales. Okay, this is gonna be a thing. Not many bales on this field, and also a lot of them are on the edge. Get around the outside of the field rather than do it in sections. Okay, two more, then we're on to the next field. Oh yes, I haven't really played Attingham. I did take a look at it. Oh, did it first come out in 17? But the thing was, at the time I was playing Lawfolds, and Lawfolds was the map I was playing, and I didn't really have enough time to invest in another map